Morning chaps, and welcome to my final review of this, the OSP Lemon, Peppermint and Menthol shaving soap. So I've been using it for just over a week and thoroughly enjoyed every time I've used it. As you know, we've had this kind of really freak heat wave in the UK where we've actually had more than 2 consecutive days of summer. And for us, it's been pleasant, don't get me wrong, but it's also been a murky, swampy, horrible, humid time because it is ridiculously humid over here in the UK. It hits sort of the mid 20 degrees Celsius and you're basically sitting in a swamp anytime you sit down on a hard surface, or indeed any surface. Your sweat glands suddenly develop little white flags of surrender. It gets that unpleasant. Now, Egypt gets 40-50 degrees. I've been there in those sorts of temperatures and it's totally different. It's just like a pleasant day because it's dry. And one of my favourite ways to cope in the heat is to cool down. And this gives you a lovely cool start to the day. So you have a nice shower and you think, you know what, my boat race is a bit warm. Let's cool down. Let's have a nice cold shave. And sure, you could reach for one of the real face melters that just is pure menthol, and that would be very nice, but sometimes you want something just to dial it back a little bit, and this is where this comes in. It's lovely and it's fresh and it's summery, and without further ado, let's get on with the shave. So obviously we're having this as a soap. Razor Mercure Future with an Astra Superior stainless blade. And the brush de jour is my favourite Cadmium 26mm silver tip L7. And we're just going to build up a decent lather, and James's soaps lather ridiculously easy. Even though they're a harder soap, they're not triple milled, I don't think, and they just offer up a great lather, really easy. Now, I've been trying it with different brushes over the time frame, and I prefer it with the Badgers, and it's because of convenience really. I leave them to soak while I do what I do in the bathroom, and then away we go. They don't splash the water out like my synths, and it gets lovely creamy lather. So, pre-shave today was a hot towel. Let's crack on. And this soap, off the bat, nice fresh zingy lemon smell. And it's fresh lemon, it's not artificial horrible lemon, it's fresh real lemon. And there's a hint of peppermint in the scent, he says as he's flinging lather everywhere. I mean, that was a short load. I've got to shed loads of lather. But where it really comes into its own, like I say, we've got the lemon and the peppermint in terms of the aroma. Look, so where it really comes in is the subtle cooling. Now it's more cooling than say Parasso Green, but less cooling than say Margaritas in the Arctic or Denali, or indeed James's other menthol soaps, which I haven't yet tried. In fact, it's less cooling than say, yeah, it's a little bit less cooling than the UK Wet Shaving Society Special Edition. There we go. Now we're doing it nicely. We've got stacks in there. So, without further ado, let's crack on. I've got the razor set to a 2. Quite a mild setting because I want a nice, easy, gentle shave. So it's been an interesting week, hasn't it? Obviously, I had the World Cup where England lost in the semi-final. Obviously never fun, but I like to find patterns in life, you know. Not for any mystical reason or anything like that, but just because I find them interesting. Now, last time England got to a semi-final of the World Cup, the England men's team, should I say, senior team, because yes, obviously had the women's team getting there and we've had the under-17s and all that jazz. Last time the men's senior team got to the World Cup semi-final was 1990. I was 8 years old. England got knocked out in the semi-final. Fast forward to 2018, England get knocked out in the semi-final of the World Cup. My son is also 8 years old. Spooky. Maybe. Who knows? Anyway. Last time though I was in Tunisia, in Port El Kantoui, around a pool, English on one side, West Germans on the other. This time though it was just a living room, me and my boy watching the football. I don't watch a lot of football because rugby's my game, but that's another story. He was upset that England lost, although he actually was more upset that Egypt went out because they were his team in the school sweepstake, but there you go. Just don't want to lose it off the brush. But yeah, what can I say about the soap? Well, I already talked about the scent on the first pass. So, let's talk about the performance on the second pass. What can I say? Well, if you've used any OSP soap, you'll know that the performance is fantastic. You've got Glide by the bucket load, as slick as you like. You've got Cushion where it's needed. And you've got just everything you need. It's a stable lather. It's an easy lather. I have yet to find a chink in its armour. I don't think I will, if I'm honest. Sensibly priced. Great natural scents. Performance to die for. And what can you say? I think it goes without saying that in the wet shaving community, particularly the artisan wet shaving community, there is a definite focus on old school manners, customer service and support. Oh, nick myself. That's what you get for using an old blade. And when a parcel arrives from OSP, you get a nice little handwritten note from James, which is always nice. Can't knock that. It's the little things that make it really, really special to buy from the artisan community, because they actually care. They're not just some corporate bucket of money and product just doling it out and saying, right, where's my cash? People like James, it's a significant part of their livelihood. And it makes a massive difference to both them that we buy their products and the end user for the customer service and the quality that gets put back in. Because let's face it, there can't be a huge amount of money for artisans in general, unless of course you're making bucket loads and bucket loads and bucket loads and it's your sole source of income. I reckon a lot of them do it just for fun and just for the love of it. And some of the videos I've seen that James puts up of bits and pieces that he does with his live shaves, his product demos, even some of his engineering stuff, you can see he's got true passion for what he does, and that shows through perfectly in his products. So, third and final pass, I'm going to talk about the last, most important aspect of an OSP soap. And that aspect, for me, is the jewel in the crown, the cherry on the cake. Not just the icing, but the cherry as well. And I've got loads of lather left. In fact, we're not going to waste it. I'm just going to go because we can. Do you know? Yeah. So the third and final aspect of what we're going to talk about today in this final review is a post shave. And anyone who's watched any of my videos will know that I bleat on endlessly about the quality of a post shave. And there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 soaps that I can honestly say, or 5 manufacturers that I can say I would score top marks. OSP is one of them. My skin feels absolutely sublime after a shave of OSP soap. Right from day one with the tester products, which was a fougere scent, sent in the old paper envelopes. Remember that, James, on TSR? And through to the UK Wet Shaving Society stuff, and this, and everything in between. It's just sublime. Now, one final thing to say about the menthol. By the end of the third pass, you're genuinely refreshed. It's not an Arctic blast. It's like a welcome cold drink on a hot day. You know, that first sip of a nice cold pint that passes your lips at the end of a long day of slogging it out, doing whatever you're doing. And that feeling of that kind of, that's exactly what you get with this. And I know there's some people out there that don't like a huge amount of menthol in their soaps, but probably want to dabble in the experience of a cooling soap. This would be the ideal soap for you, because it's not too much. So, to wrap up this video, and I say wrap up because battery's running a bit low, we've had the OSP Lemon, Mint and Menthol soap. We've had an Astra Superior stainless blade encased in the Mercure Future, and we've had a Cadman silver tip brush. Great shave, great soap. Right now my face feels cool, it's refreshed. I've got that little element of mint, a little tiny hint of lemon left at the end. But my skin feels great. The shave was superb, can't fault it. So gentlemen, I've seen a few of you who've got in early as well, managed to get your hands on one of these. If you want a cooling soap, even if you don't want a cooling soap, you need to try it because it's so refreshing. And we may have a few more days of summer left now. I mean, it's July the 14th now. It's the day where England play Belgium for the third place playoff in the World Cup. Let's hope we can do it there. Let's see if we can get revenge on Belgium for the group stage defeat. And then, yeah, try the soap. Buy it out of celebration. Buy it out of commiseration. Buy it. Just buy it, because it's great. Yeah, perfect sense. Fresh, invigorating and zingy. Great shave experience and great post-shave experience. That's exactly what you get from OSP. The obsessive soap perfectionist. Perfectionist is apt because, yeah, you get that in every single aspect of the soap. So, gents, thanks for watching. This has been the OSP Lemon, Mint and Menthol. I've been Nick, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.